Hello and welcome to Enjoy English School.
欢迎来到 Enjoy 英语学院。
I'm Stevie.
And I'm Laurie.
Today and tomorrow, we are talking about, well, some of the great things that Taiwan has. And one of the best exports that we have, that we're going to talk about in a minute, is Taiwan tea. So today and tomorrow, we're talking about tea time in Taiwan.
没错，所以今天跟明天的深入台湾的单元呢，我们要来看到的文章主题，中文呢是台湾品茗趣。那就如同刚刚 Stevie 老师说的啊，台湾有很多很棒的东西，而其中一样绝对是茶。那到底是棒在哪里呢？我们就一起来看看吧。
All right, looking at the first paragraph, Taiwan is known for producing some of the world's tastiest teas. Now, we know the word tasty, okay? Tasty means it's good, it's yummy, it tastes good. But when we say tastiest, it means the best, all right? And Taiwan is known now around the world for producing some of the world's best teas.They're the tastiest. They taste the best.
没错，好，所以一开始呢，这个文章作者就直接切入正题，讲到说台湾呢，它以什么而闻名，叫做 be known for 那么 for 后面会接那个 something， 就是它闻名的那个 something 了。那在句子里头，这里因为它要生产一些呢世界上最美味的茶，所以它的生产记得就不能用动词原形，就要改用 ing， 所以 be known for。那有时候你会看到 be known as 后面接一个身份，或者是 be known to 后面接一些对象这几个都是这个可以一起来背的。所以这一句呢，台湾以呢生产世界上一些最美味的茶而闻名。那这里注意到了tastiest teas。这边的 t 后面加了一个 s 那它表示的就是这个种类不止一种所以就是这里呢加了 s 是这样的一个意思。
Looking at the next sentence, the tradition of tea drinking began way back in China thousands of years ago. Okay, this part, the first part of this sentence is kind of easy. The tradition.We know what tradition is. That is something that, family traditions or things that we do in culture. It's something that people do that is passed down, right? Well, there's a phrase here. It began way back. Now, way back in this sentence is talking about time. Way back in time. Way back thousands of years ago in China.But sometimes we can use this phrase way back to talk about like a place that we've been to. Like, oh, I dropped my phone way back there. If we're hiking on a mountain, we're walking or something, and I broke my phone. I dropped it way back there. So way back is kind of, 这个也是算比较口语一点. Okay, we'll say, way back there means very far back there. Way back in time means a long, long time ago.
That's right.
But you hear it quite often, way back.
没错。好，所以呢，这个句子呢是来讲到说喝茶的这个传统这是它的主词。那么 began 呢开始于 way back， 刚刚呢这个Stevie 老师有提到了，这里的 way 它是一个副词那么它强调的是那个程度相当大的一段程度，所以看你是用在这里的时间，或者是像刚刚 Stevie 老师举的例子用在空间都可以，总之它是指一大段的那么所以呢这里的话我们可以把它翻成这个可以远远的被回溯到你可以这样子讲因为 began back 是回溯，那 way back 所以可以远远的回溯到呢好几千年前的中国。
Looking at the next sentence, the drink quickly caught on because it was healthy and gave people energy. So the drink quickly caught on. When we say something catches on, caught on is the 过去式.
That's right.
I can't think of that in English.
Past tense.
The past tense. But when we catch on to something, it could mean you understand something. Oh, he caught on to my meaning. Okay? But it could also mean that something becomes popular. Oh, this, tea drinking caught on because it was healthy. In Taiwan, coffee drinking caught on in the 2000s because people liked the taste. It was a popular thing. So caught on means it became popular. People started to follow this, to like this. So tea, this drink, quickly caught on because it was healthy and it had caffeine. It gave people energy.
没错，所以呢，接下来这一句他讲到说，那么这个饮料指的当然就是茶呢，它很快速的呢就流行起来了。这里的 caught on 原型是 catch on 啊，那么刚刚讲的一个是 become popular， 它变得流行，或者是另外一个意思是指你理解了，你懂了什么事情，也可以用 catch on 啊。那么呢，为什么它很快的流行呢？因为它呢既健康，而且呢又能够给人们这个能量啊。那这里的话，你的注意就是 it 这里的 because 后面的两个句子，它那个 it 同样的主词，所以呢它省略在第二个句子，所以是 it was healthy and 其实是 it gave people energy 那个 it 就不讲第二遍了，这样。
Later, the Chinese began shipping tea to the rest of the world. So why do we say later? First, we're talking about tea caught on. It became popular. People liked it. And after it became popular, after people started to like it, the Chinese said, ooh, this is something good that we could trade. And so the Chinese began shipping tea. To ship something means to send it to another place. And we call it shipping because many times it goes by ship. So it's called shipping. So to ship something means to send something somewhere. So they began shipping tea to the rest of the world. They began selling tea to the rest of the world.
没错，实际上就是贸易嘛，就是卖了。所以呢，他讲到说，后来 later 那么呢，中国人他们就开始呢运送这里的 shipping， 我们就翻成运送茶呢到世界其他各个地方了。
So the first Chinese tea trees arrived in Taiwan during the 19th century. So the first tea trees came to Taiwan sometime in the 1800s.
所以接下来这一句呢也蛮简单的，讲到说第一批的这个中国的这个茶树呢，他们到达台湾的时间大约是在19世纪的时候。
When the trees were cultivated in Taiwan's rich soil, the tea leaves took on new flavors. So when they were cultivated, now cultivated, if you want to say a more simple word, when they grew in Taiwan's rich soil, the tea leaves took on new flavors because of the soil. Taiwan's soil has a lot of minerals.
很多矿物质。
Yeah. And so the tea trees took on a special flavor.
好，所以接下来我们来看到这一句，他讲到说，当这些树就是这些茶树呢，在台湾这肥沃的土地上呢被种植、被栽种，所以这里的 were cultivated 它是一个被动式那么这个刚刚呢已经讲了 cultivate 就是栽种的意思，那也等于是 grow 那么呢这里的 rich soil 的 rich 就不是富有了，这边指的是土壤的肥沃那么呢这样子的情况下呢，这个茶树的叶子呢就呈现出一种新的风味了。那我们这边看到 took on 这个片语原型 take on 它也可以当是你去承担一些责任，接下一些工作但在这里的话呢，它指的是呈现出来的意思。
Soon after we started growing tea here in Taiwan, soon after Taiwan began exporting its own high-quality teas all around the globe, all around the world. So first the tea came to Taiwan. It was exported to Taiwan from China. We imported it. That's the opposite of export. Import, I-M-P-O-R-T. So as Taiwan grew the tea, it had a great flavor. So they exported it around the world.
所以呢，接下来讲到，那么不久之后，台湾就开始出口它自己的高品质的茶叶呢，到世界的各地去了啊。那刚刚也拼了这个 IMPORT， 是指进口的意思。
Okay, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back with the next part of the article. All right, looking at the next paragraph. Although Taiwan produces a wide selection of teas, it is most famous for its incredible oolong tea. Now, this sentence says, although Taiwan produces a wide selection, a wide selection, we could also say a big variety, V-A-R-I-E-T-Y. It means there's a lot of choices, a lot of things you can select or choose. So it produces many kinds of tea, but it is most famous for its incredible, it's great, it's wonderful oolong tea.
所以呢，接下来呢这一段的第一句，他讲到说，虽然台湾呢生产了种类繁多，这里的 a wide selection of 就是形容这个什么东西的种类非常的多，或者也可以用刚刚的 variety 来代替 selection， 一样是指种类繁多的意思虽然台湾呢生产种类繁多的茶，但呢最著名的还是它的这个非常让人赞叹的乌龙茶，所以这里的话呢，这里的 it 指的是台湾的那么指的就是前面刚刚讲到这个，虽然台湾生产点，但是最有名的还是它的这个令人赞叹的乌龙茶。
Yeah. The high altitudes and humid temperatures of Taiwan's mountains offer the perfect conditions for growing this kind of tea. So this is saying the high altitude. What is altitude? Altitude means height. H-E-I-G-H-T. It's height above sea level. Okay, and Taiwan's mountains, this means because of the high mountains. The tea is grown at high altitudes, in high places. And humid temperatures. Taiwan has usually not too many really cold temperatures.
That's right.
And Taiwan is humid. There's a lot of water or moisture in the air. That's good for tea leaves. You could not grow tea in a desert, maybe. Yeah.
肯定是不行的。
Yeah, 在沙漠可能不行. Okay.
对。
So the humid temperature, the high altitude, these are perfect. So Taiwan's mountains offer the perfect conditions. What's another way we could say conditions? The right 环境, the right environment. Okay. We could say the right environment and the right conditions, meaning 条件.
That's right.
I can't think of it. Another word in English. That's a perfect word. The right conditions for growing this tea.
所以呢，接下来这一句的话呢，它的主词有点长，所以你可以把句子中间的那个 offer 先圈起来 ，offer 之前的这一长串就是你的主词，那是什么呢？就是台湾山区的这个高海拔就是刚刚讲的 altitude 高海拔，以及呢潮湿的这个温度 humid temperatures， 这个是它的主词。那么这些东西呢，这两个要素呢，则提供了一个完美的条件。刚刚讲到的 conditions 就是条件，在这里是条件的意思那么对什么来说的条件呢？对要种植这一种类的茶，也就是我们上一句讲到的乌龙茶来讲的话，这两个要素提供了完美的条件。
Okay, we said Taiwan has a lot of different teas, but they're famous for oolong. Well, actually, there are also lots of different kinds of oolong. Taiwan produces more than 25 different types, different kinds of oolong tea. And some of these kinds of tea are sold for more than 30,000 NT dollars per kilogram, each kilogram.
没错，所以接下来呢，这句讲到说，台湾生产了超过25种不同的乌龙茶所以这里的25 different types， 这里的 types 也可以用刚刚 Stevie 老师讲的 kind 来代替然后呢 some 是指这25种，这个超过25种的乌龙茶当中，有一些它是怎么样呢 ？are sold 被卖的时候呢，是 for 后面接一个价格，所以它的卖价是怎么样呢？每公斤呢是超过3万新台币的。
The next sentence starts, Oriental Beauty is one unique variety. We just talked about variety, meaning, there are many kinds, many choices. Oriental Beauty is just a name of one of these kinds of tea. And the word Oriental, which I think you're going to see in the magazine, they're going to talk about this. This is a very old word that used to mean anything Asian. They said, the Orient. Asia was the Orient. But Oriental, not used as often now. Now it's often just called Asian.
OK， 所以呢，接下来这一句我们来看到这个 Oriental Beauty 它用大写的来2个字母开头，因为它是一个名称那它的这个什么的名称呢？就是我们的这个茶叶里头的东方美人。所以刚刚有讲到这个 Oriental 这个字就是东方的或者亚洲的这样子的一个概念。那么东方美人呢，可以说是也这个其中的一个非常独一无二的种类。这里的 variety 就是种类的意思。
And remember, students, what does unique mean? One of a kind. Yeah, it often gets used to mean, it's special, it's unique, but it really means one of a kind.
对，就是我们中文的独一无二。
It, meaning this Oriental Beauty tea, has a light brown color and tastes like honey. Oolong tea that tastes like honey. Yum.
所以呢，接下来他就来介绍这个东方美人。所以这里的 it 指的是东方美人它有着这个淡棕的色泽，以及呢，它尝起来是像蜂蜜一样。
The sweet flavor actually comes from tiny bugs that bite into the tea leaves. So it comes from bug spit. Bug saliva.
好，所以呢，接下来这一句他讲到说，而那甜甜的风味，因为刚刚前面讲到尝起来有蜂蜜的这个味道所以呢，这个甜甜的风味，这个甜甜的味道呢，它事实上是来自于一些小虫子。怎么样的小虫呢 ？That 子句后面告诉我们，那些会去咬这个茶的树的叶子的那些小虫。
Iron Goddess.Another tea name, Iron Goddess, is another special type of oolong tea.
那么接下来这句讲到说铁观音它当然你如果直译的话叫铁的女神那其实我们的中文就是叫铁观音，它呢则是另外的这个特殊的一个种类的乌龙茶。
I did not know that 铁观音, that the English name was Iron Goddess. That's a direct translation.
That's right.
Right? Oh, that's pretty cool. And I'm learning something new today. This Iron Goddess tea, it is roasted for a long time. A lot of tea is just dried. But this is roasted, meaning they bake it. All right? It is roasted for a long time, so it has a heavier burnt flavor.Heavier means like a stronger flavor. And it's a little bit of a burnt flavor.
OK， 所以呢，接下来讲到 it， 当然是指这个铁观音，它呢则是被烘焙长时间的所以呢，这里的 roasted 它可以是指烤、烘或焙都可以所以这里的话，茶叶当然就是烘焙。那么呢，长时间的烘焙，所以这个铁观音它是有着比较厚重，而且呢带点烧焦的那样的风味这里的 burnt 我们看到它是一个被动式过去分词的这个 burnt， 把它拿来使用在这个地方所以你就知道为什么它是这个 burnt 了。
Okay, we'll take a quick break and then have a quick review. Okay, really quickly, I want to mention we talked about the phrase like way back. And in the magazine, you'll see this used in proper grammar. Well, we also use this in slang. Like it kind of means like very or a lot, right? Like you will hear students, younger people saying, oh, that is way cool. Okay, that means it's like super cool. It's really very cool. And sometimes it's used to agree. That is way cool. Yeah, way. Okay, it just means, yeah, really. So we hear way, whenever you hear it, that's way something. It means it's very something. Yeah, like Laurie, she's way cool.
Oh, I think so too. 好，所以呢
So you should say way.
way 好，所以在这里的话呢 ，Steve 老师刚刚教我们的是在一些比较不正式的就是比较口语的一个用法的情况下呢 way 你可以怎么用那你就把它当成是 very 或者是这个像刚刚用回答的方式，真的really 这样子的感觉的都可以。
Yeah. All right, that's all the time we have for today. We'll see you again tomorrow. We're going to talk more about Taiwan's tea because it's way tasty. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
第56页，深入台湾，台湾品茗趣。
Tea time in Taiwan. Taiwan is known for producing some of the world's tastiest teas. The tradition of tea drinking began way back in China thousands of years ago. The drink quickly caught on because it was healthy and gave people energy. Later, the Chinese began shipping tea to the rest of the world. The first Chinese tea trees arrived in Taiwan during the 19th century. When the trees were cultivated in Taiwan's rich soil, the tea leaves took on new flavors. Soon after, Taiwan began exporting its own high-quality teas all around the globe. Although Taiwan produces a wide selection of teas, it is most famous for its incredible oolong tea. The high altitudes and humid temperatures of Taiwan's mountains offer the perfect conditions for growing this kind of tea. Taiwan produces more than 25 different types of oolong tea, and some are sold for more than 30,000 NT dollars per kilogram. Oriental Beauty is one unique variety. It has a light brown color and tastes like honey. The sweet flavor actually comes from tiny bugs that bite into the tea leaves. Iron Goddess is another special type of oolong tea. It is roasted for a long time, so it has a heavier, burnt flavor.